Do you realise what a fantastic module the brain is? It carries a concealed invisible power that we are too primitive to observe. Yes, the human mind is a supernova of hidden energies. Hi, I'm Robin G., author of the Jim Long Space Agent series of books. You may ask, who is Jim Long? He's a character created out of the mind of a 13-year-old boy. Me. It was purely by accident I found the character stored in a box in a kitchen loft when clearing out my mother's house. I remembered that many years ago she had said she had placed some of my things in a box. So before I finally left the house with my son Reg, I did the last check and found it. Inside were the penciled pictures of my comic characters, matchstick men and women because my drawing is terrible, plus some stories. Then, in the 1990s, it was a stimulus for me to continue with what I really wanted to do with my life. So, after a life of show business, singing and comedy, a manager booking performers, writing 6 pantomimes and a UV stage presentation of Pinocchio, I began to write the first Jim Long book with a biro and stacks of paper. I combined the character with some of my experiences through life. Taken into the future in a dream is just one, as I witnessed the extraordinary ambience of a crashing Shackleton aircraft on Culloden Moor in Venice in 1963. From that day, I realised that we, as human beings, have a tremendous, hidden, unseen energy in our brains. Unique possibilities happen when activated. It is my belief that we all have this ability. I perceived, and still do, that your inner self in conjunction with a celestial being controls activation. Also, on a massive time loop, future events are visualized that may or may not happen. These events, or strings of time, evolve from possible to probable to actual. The crashing aircraft that I saw was what I call the actual. I also witnessed several years ago another actual event that I could not interpret at the time. I was standing in the aisle of a large aircraft. All the passengers were calm and some sleeping as I slowly ascended upward and passed through the roof. The plane crept on downward, finally disappearing into the murky blackness below. The strangeness of this episode was that no one on board seemed to realise the danger. Having listened to a crashed aircraft series on a TV a few years later, I pinpointed the actual event. I am now aware that a tiny percentage of aircraft do have an actual crash date because of inadequate maintenance, human error, mechanical malfunction, or engineering flaws. These 3 universal laws are paramount in deciding outcomes. A lack of maintenance becomes a possible, then probable causes the actual. New pitot tubes could have saved the passenger aircraft, but the delay factored in gave an actual decision. Today, these 2 incidents classed as supernatural. But what if humans all started viewing the future? Revealing this source would be disastrous, for we are not yet ready for such a leap. The 2 episodes I saw were actual events. They became a probable and then an actual. Now you have the basis of Jim Long, a future agent and crew able to move into other dimensions, parallel worlds, and all the celestial spirit domains. The power in their brains is utilised by 2 massive computers, part biological and part metaphysical, positioned on the planet Krakor at the centre of the galaxy. The crew can operate where no other physical entity can visit or see. Besides, on this massive time string loop, future events visualised that may or may not happen. Here, the untold mysteries of life begin to unfold and slowly explained. What is the universe? Who are we? Where do we come from? Where are we going? Being able to travel by the power of instant thought brings adventures unimagined. Join my quantum brain essence and join me on a journey to experience the future. I am sure you'll enjoy it. Start your observations by reading one of the 7 Jim Long Space Agent books. Why don't you read and enjoy a Jim Long Space Agent book? Go to jimlongspaceagent.co.uk and download immediately. Hope you have a good read. See you soon.